Hello, it's Brandon Ramsey with the Indiana Recruiting Guide, coming to you with our second installment of Indiana Recruiting Guide TV. This one we're going to be breaking down just some quick notes over the games we went to this past week, as well as my thoughts on the updated AP polls that just came out this evening. So first game we went to was the Arsenal Tech against Bowman Academy game. Definitely the biggest takeaway from that was the ineffectiveness of Trey Lyles, one of the top players in the country in the class of 2014. He was held to just 7 points and 7 rebounds in that game. He did battle through foul trouble, but a lot of it was just he was spending, at least in my opinion, too much time on the perimeter. He only attempted like 4 shots, I believe, and while he didn't play as much and he was kind of having to be careful because of fouls, still I'm assuming that his coach is going to want him taking more than 4 shots a game, and it's definitely be best for their team, even if they're not the greatest shots. Just with his size and skill inside, he's going to need to be able to get down on the block and definitely be more effective going forward. For Bowman, I came away really impressed with junior Arthur Haggard. Great athlete. He can really shoot it. It's about 6'3", and he's definitely one to keep an eye on. He's going to have a nice season for him. And while Bowman is 0-2, they're definitely going to stay one of the best 2A teams in the state. Then the next night we went to Pike against North Central. That game was sold out before the tip. Great atmosphere. 2 great teams that really like to get up and down the court. I was going to be interested to see how that trio of guards at Pike with Tayshawn Johnson, Jordan Pickett, Xavier Turner played together, and I thought it worked out very well. Surprisingly, Xavier was the one that kind of took a back seat. I thought that he would probably still end up being the leading scorer on this team because I love his outside shot and his strength going to basketball. Obviously, it's still early, but I think he just had 13 points while the other 2 had 23 each. And then for this game, definitely the takeaway, even in the loss, was the play of Aaron Gordon, the freshman. In his first high school game, went off for 31 points, something you'll probably see once in a lifetime, a freshman going for that many in his first game, and he definitely proved that he is ready for varsity action right off the bat. From there, we went to just a small-town game on Friday because there's not much in the state going on that night. It was Randolph Southern was hosting Winchester. I wanted to go see Keontae Enos, a freshman of Winchester. He's about 6'2", he's a shooting guard, very athletic, very quick, handles the ball pretty well. Want to see his motor pick up a little bit. He's also going to need to really improve his perimeter shooting, but he's definitely one to follow, a good freshman. Like I said, he's athletic, and the skill is going to catch up as he just gets more and more time on the court. On Saturday, we had the chance to see 2 games. Started off in the afternoon at Ben Davis to watch them play Northwest. I had Northwest ranked really high in 3A going into the season, but they just turned the ball over. I mean, it seemed like 25 times, and it probably was about that overall in the game, especially early. They fell behind by about 20 really quickly. Tony Wills was great, as usual, for Ben Davis, so was Brennan Gillis. Coach Brad Stevenson Butler was there to watch Brennan play. Michael Beatty also had a really good game. So Ben Davis is going to be, they're extremely well coached. They're going to play in-your-face defense all the time. With their scoring ability with Tony Wills and some of those other guys, they're definitely going to be a team to watch for in 4A. And don't sleep on Northwest. Just because they lost in that game and didn't look very good, they're still going to be there in Class 3A. Then it was back to my alma mater on Saturday night to watch the Centerville Bulldogs take on Seton. This is the first time these 2 teams have matched up, but it's going to quickly become a rivalry. Seton has a pretty solid team this year, led by senior Adam Schroeder, also a freshman Desmond Bain, who's going to do some big things for them. And Centerville, they play that 2-3 zone that Coach Ryan Chester always has in there. Very good defensive team, very well coached. Braden Suttle's a solid Division III prospect for them. He had 13 points and 12 rebounds in the win. So, as usual, Centerville's going to win a lot of games just based on that defense. Now, quickly for the to the AP rankings, I have my computer over here again. Cathedral stays number 1, no surprise there. Hamilton Southeastern, I believe they moved up a little bit now that they started off the season with 3 really solid wins, actually. So they're 3-0, and I had them ranked pretty high going into the season. I thought that they were still going to be one of the best teams in the state, even with the loss of Gary Harris. Zach Ermans jumped out, scored 31 and 30 in his first 2 games, and then 20-something in the third. Definitely making an early case for Mr. Basketball. Warren Central is the only team. Well, Cathedral hasn't played. Warren Central has not played either. They're still at 8th. They're going to move up very quickly. Moving on to 3A, Greensburg stays on top. Evansville Bosse moved into number 2 past Andrean, even without playing. Actually, that's kind of weird. But Bosse now has 3 first-place votes. And there's still some shaking around that's going to happen here. Like, Lebanon's tied for 8th. I think they're probably going to end up moving out of the top 10. Look for a team like Hamilton Heights, who's ranked 12th right now, to maybe get in there fairly quickly. In Class 2A, the top remains relatively unchanged. Park Tudor, Tipton, Fort Wayne Lures. Bowman's still 4th, even with that 0-2 record. No surprise there. I mean, they played Arsenal Tech and Hamilton Southeastern right down to the wire. And with their athleticism and scoring ability, Bowman's going to be there. No matter what their record shows, they're going to be a team to watch out for come tournament time. Moving on to 1A. I'm really interested to see how 1A plays out this year. I think it's really competitive. There's lots of teams at the top that are going to have a hand in that state championship run. Lagodi, Rockville, Bar Reeve, Triton, Fort Wayne, Canterbury is your top 5 right now, with Lafayette Central Catholic and Liberty Christian there at 6 and 7. Liberty Christian's not going to lose many games this year, other than their county tournament. Then they have a game with Frankton, and Union Modoc. I know there's one other tough team that they play, but they only have probably 3 or 4 losses on their schedule that I can see. So I think they're going to probably move up the rankings if nothing else because of that schedule. And then there's a really interesting game this week between Triton and Plymouth. Plymouth's, I think they're ranked number 11 in the 3A poll. Triton number 4 with Clay. That's going to be a really interesting barometer for both of those teams. And if Triton can win that, look for them to possibly move up the 1A rankings. So those are my quick. Oh, one more thing. Michigan City. Michigan City Marquette Catholic is still 13th in the 1A polls. Like I said, I really do expect them to continue to move up. They have a ton of talent on that team, led by Ryan Fazekas. They're definitely going to be probably a top 5 team by the end of the season. So that's pretty much all I have for now. This coming week, I'm going to be staying down here in Southern Indiana. Well, first tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to be heading over to Butler to watch Hanover take on the Bulldogs. It's going to be a really fun game for all of our players and for the fans as well, getting a chance to play at Hinkle against a Division I opponent. That's going to be really neat for our guys. And then on Friday, I'm going to go down to Providence to watch them take on Austin. Then Saturday, I'm going to go up to Greensburg for the big rivalry between them and Batesville. If you're going to that game, make ssure you get there early. It's going to be a huge crowd. Great game on hand there. So that's my plan for this week. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter. All of that stuff will be in the description box. And thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.